The Arthritis Relief Revolution, a journey through plant-based power. The pain struck like a lightning bolt. Sarah Mitchell, a 52-year-old high school teacher from Evanston, Illinois, woke one chilly October morning to find her body betraying her. Her knees screamed with every step, and her fingers, once swift at typing lesson plans, felt locked in a vice. Arthritis had arrived without warning, turning her daily routine into a battlefield. Desperate for relief but distrustful of endless medications, Sarah stumbled upon a trio of unlikely heroes: lentils, chickpeas, and tofu. These weren't just pantry staples. They were her rebellion against pain. This is the story of how 3 humble plant-based proteins transformed her life, offering hope to anyone fighting the same war. Sarah's kitchen in her modest suburban home was where the revolution began. The ache in her joints drowned out the clatter of dishes, and the weight of her diagnosis, osteoarthritis, felt heavier than the textbooks she carried. She'd tried the standard advice: painkillers, low-impact exercise, even meditation apps. Nothing gave her the control she craved. One sleepless night, scrolling through YouTube on her phone, she found a video promising natural arthritis relief through diet. It sounded too good to be true, but the science was compelling. Lentils, chickpeas, and tofu weren't just food, they were medicine. Intrigued, Sarah dove in, unaware that these ingredients would rewrite her story. Press 1 now to discover the top 3 plant-based proteins that naturally soothe arthritis pain and inflammation. Lentils, the quiet champion. Lentils didn't have the glamour of trendy superfoods. Tucked away on the bottom shelf of her local supermarket, they were easy to overlook next to overpriced chia seeds or organic quinoa. But for Sarah, they became a lifeline. These small, lens-shaped legumes delivered a powerhouse of plant-based protein, essential for rebuilding the muscles that supported her aching joints. Unlike the fatty ribeyes she used to love, lentils didn't stoke inflammation, they doused it. The science behind lentils was a revelation. Protein was the foundation, helping her body repair tissues and maintain muscle mass. Strong muscles meant less strain on her knees and hips, which groaned under the pressure of arthritis. But lentils offered more than just protein. They were rich in magnesium, a mineral most Americans, especially those over 50, don't get enough of. Sarah learned magnesium was like her body's natural relaxer, easing the tightness that made mornings unbearable. It soothed stiff joints, calmed nerve pain, and helped her move without wincing. Potassium was another unsung hero. Sarah's old diet, heavy with processed snacks like microwave popcorn and frozen dinners, had packed her body with sodium. Too much sodium led to water retention, bloating her hands and knees until they felt like overfilled balloons. Lentils, bursting with potassium, helped her body flush out that excess salt, reducing swelling naturally. Less swelling meant less pain, a simple equation that changed her days. Then there was fiber, a nutrient Sarah hadn't connected to her arthritis until now. High blood sugar spikes from sugary coffee drinks or late-night cookies could trigger inflammation, making her joints throb. Lentils' high fiber content slowed sugar absorption, keeping her blood sugar steady and her inflammation in check. Folate, or vitamin B9, rounded out the package. It tackled homocysteine, an amino acid linked to inflammation when levels climbed too high. Lentils kept homocysteine under control, quietly protecting her joints. Cooking lentils was where Sarah found joy. They didn't demand culinary expertise or hours in the kitchen. She rinsed them, tossed them into a pot with broth, and simmered for 20 to 30 minutes. No soaking required. Sarah experimented, stirring lentils into hearty vegetable soups with carrots, celery, and a pinch of thyme. She spiced them up with cumin and chili for taco fillings, swapping out ground beef. Cold lentil salads with cherry tomatoes, cucumber, olive oil, and a squeeze of lemon became her lunch go-to. For extra anti-inflammatory power, she paired lentils with spinach, kale, or a dash of turmeric and black pepper. Each bite felt like a small victory. Sarah started small, adding lentils to her meals 3 times a week. Her grocery bill barely budged. Lentils were dirt cheap, a teacher's dream. Within a month, her knees felt less like rusty gears, and her fingers moved with a hint of their old grace. Lentils weren't flashy, but they were fierce, proving that the simplest foods could pack the biggest punch. Chickpeas, the versatile warrior. If lentils were Sarah's first spark, chickpeas were her full-blown fire. She'd always seen them as a party snack, blended into hummus or tossed onto salads. But chickpeas were no sidekick. They were a nutritional juggernaut. Like lentils, they delivered plant-based protein to bolster her muscles, easing the burden on her joints. But their real magic lay in their ability to fight inflammation from every angle, giving Sarah's body the tools to reclaim her mobility. Polyphenols were the star of the show. These natural antioxidants in chickpeas acted like tiny shields, protecting Sarah's cells from free radicals, unstable molecules that fueled oxidative stress and worsened arthritis. She pictured them as bodyguards, patrolling her joints and calming the inflammation that made every step a struggle. Chickpeas also brought vitamin C to the table, a nutrient vital for collagen production. Collagen was the cushion between her bones, and without enough, her joints felt like grinding machinery. By supporting collagen, chickpeas helped her move smoother, with less creaking and soreness. Magnesium made another appearance, reinforcing its role as a joint health MVP. It relaxed Sarah's tense muscles, which often overworked to compensate for her stiff joints. Better yet, magnesium improved her sleep, a rare gift when pain kept her awake. Fiber, as with lentils, stabilized her blood sugar, preventing the inflammatory spikes triggered by sugary sodas or white bread. Sarah learned that high blood sugar wasn't just about energy crashes. It was a silent arsonist, setting her joints ablaze. Chickpeas doused those flames. Versatility was where chickpeas shone. Sarah whipped up creamy hummus with garlic and lemon, pairing it with carrot sticks or whole grain crackers. She roasted chickpeas with olive oil, paprika, and sea salt for a crunchy snack that beat potato chips any day. They starred in her stir-fries with zucchini and bell peppers, soaked up curry spices in coconut milk-based stews, or added heft to grain bowls with quinoa, avocado, and sweet potatoes. Sarah even ventured into baking, using chickpea flour for gluten-free flatbreads, or blending chickpeas into brownie batter for a sneaky protein boost. Affordable and accessible, chickpeas fit Sarah's budget and lifestyle. She stocked up on canned chickpeas for quick meals, rinsing them to cut sodium, or cooked dried ones in bulk to save even more. 3 times a week, chickpeas found their way into her diet, and the results were undeniable. Her hands felt less puffy, her energy steadied, and her joints seemed to sigh in relief. These unassuming legumes were warriors, proving that healing could be as simple as a handful of beans. Tofu, the surprising savior. Tofu was Sarah's biggest leap. She'd always scoffed at it, picturing flavorless cubes on a vegan's plate. But when she learned tofu was a complete protein, delivering all 9 essential amino acids, She reconsidered. Made from soybeans, tofu supported her muscles and bones without the inflammatory baggage of red meat. For Sarah, it was a revelation, a gentle plant-based ally in her fight against arthritis. Omega-3 fatty acids were the game changer. Sarah had thought only salmon or supplements could provide these healthy fats, but tofu proved her wrong. Omega-3s reduced inflammatory chemicals in her body, easing joint stiffness and swelling. Tofu also delivered calcium, strengthening her bones to take pressure off her joints, a critical factor in osteoarthritis. Many tofu brands were fortified with vitamin D, which boosted calcium absorption and regulated inflammation. Sarah's doctor had warned her about low vitamin D levels, a common issue in cloudy Illinois winters, and tofu offered an easy fix. Isoflavones, soy's unique compounds, sealed the deal. Acting like mild estrogen mimics, they reduced inflammation and improved joint flexibility. Studies showed soy eaters often reported less stiffness, especially with rheumatoid arthritis. Sarah wasn't banking on a cure, but every edge mattered. Tofu gave her body a fighting chance. Cooking tofu was an adventure. Sarah started with extra firm tofu, pressing out water and marinating it in soy sauce, garlic, and ginger. She stir-fried it with broccoli and bell peppers, baked it with barbecue sauce, or crumbled it into chili. Silken tofu blended into smoothies or creamy soups added protein without altering taste. Sarah even used it in place of cream for healthier mac and cheese, cutting saturated fat while boosting nutrition. Tofu's mild flavor soaked up whatever she threw at it: chili flakes, lemon zest, or curry powder. Affordable and widely available, tofu became a fridge staple. Sarah added it to her meals twice a week, pairing it with anti-inflammatory foods like turmeric-spiced rice or kale salads. Her joints felt looser, her energy steadier, and her confidence grew. Tofu, once a punchline, was now a savior. A life reclaimed. Sarah's transformation wasn't instant, but it was profound. Arthritis still lingered, but it no longer dictated her life. Lentils, chickpeas, and tofu became her allies, woven into her meals with purpose and joy. She moved with less pain, slept through the night, and felt a spark of her old self. Her kitchen, once a place of quick fixes, became a sanctuary of healing. She didn't need expensive supplements or rigid diets. These plant-based proteins were cheap, simple, and powerful. Sarah built a rhythm: lentil soups on Mondays, chickpea bowls on Wednesdays, tofu stir-fries on Fridays. She shared her recipes at staff potlucks, earning gasps of delight from colleagues who couldn't believe healthy could taste so good. Her story spread, inspiring friends to rethink their own plates. In America, arthritis often means navigating a maze of co-pays, side effects, and frustration. Sarah's journey shows another way. Lentils, chickpeas, and tofu aren't just food, they're tools for reclaiming your life. Next time you're at the store, don't skip the legume aisle or the tofu case. Grab them, cook them, heal with them, because the best medicine might just be on your fork. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this, please like and share with your friends. Your support keeps these stories alive. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss a new episode. And if today's story touched your heart, leave a comment. I'd love to hear from you. Take care, stay well, and see you in the next story.